Hey, welcome back. Maligayong bagong taon. My gosh, I practiced that so much. I said it like 4 times before I hit record. It came out the way it came out. Let me try it again. Maligayong bagong taon. I think I did a better job that time. If I didn't, offer me some grace here, please. So, happy 2024. Happy New Year. So I have been without my tutor for 2 weeks. I think today was my 7th lesson. And of course, she just quizzed me the entire time. Everything that I have learned from the moment I met her until, right before Christmas? She quizzed me. And I didn't fail miserably, but I wasn't 100%. And unfortunately, it's not like, it's whatever I put into it, right? So during the 2 weeks, I did my normal index card practice, which I'll talk about that in a minute, because I think I'm getting a little bit better on some of the things. Sorry, messages. But I've gotten some workbooks, grade 2 and 3. I'm really preschool. But grade 2 and 3, I'll accept that. I can't find anything else lower than grades 2 or 3 in Filipino/Tagalog. So I'll take it. I'll take it. I also have another workbook, Learning Tagalog, that I'm working through. I have it on my Kindle also, but I basically go through, like, this is the 2nd grade workbook, highlighting all of the markers, just so I can get used to recognizing that at the end there's the ng sound, or the magna, or there's a ni before a proper noun, or sa before place, ang before common noun. I get lost when somebody's talking to me in Tagalog because of all of the markers. It's one thing if they just said like 3 words without, fine with the pronouns, I get that. But when there's all the additional markers that's added in, like English has articles, and the, for example, but Tagalog has way more markers than English, so it's taking me a bit to get used to. I can now read it, I can translate. I'm getting really good at using my Tagalog dictionary on my phone and in my books, my dictionaries that I have, my hard copies. But when I'm talking to somebody, it's not pretty. Let's just put it that way. My index cards, fortunately, I have index cards that have a little cut corner. So that means I now have reached the point where I can read the Tagalog phrase or the word successfully, and I'm pretty much 100% with these words. That also means I get to cut the corner, and now I have to look at the English word and automatically know, like, breakfast is almusal. Almusal. So then if I do, then I get a green heart next to it. That's what I'm doing. So anyway, that's what I did during the 2 weeks without my tutor. And of course she's quizzing me. And of course I wasn't 100%, but that's perfectly fine. Because I also used the time to talk to native Tagalog speakers during the 2 weeks she was gone, which I've done anyway, but I had one experience that I really needed to use what I've learned, and put me in an uncomfortable situation because the person I talked to knew as much English is I knew Tagalog. So anyway, here's my story. I have wanted to get a ride in a jeepney since I arrived in the Philippines in November 2023. And my husband's has never been a fan of getting a ride in the jeepney. They've always been so crowded, and it's just not his thing. It's my thing. And anytime I'm out and about, because I walk every day, I talk to random people, especially jeepney drivers, and I'm curious about their job, their fees, the routine, all of it. And then I walk up, I ask my question, and then I scurry away really quickly because I don't want to continue embarrassing myself, because I just don't understand the whole jeepney procedure, and I don't want to look like an idiot. Which is basically what I'm trying to avoid, looking like an idiot in front of a bunch of people I don't know. And then also having an audience of people who are like, what is she doing here? You're holding up the works. We have to get to work. What are you asking him a bunch of questions? So anyway, I happened to walk up to, again, another random jeepney driver guy. His name's Ryan. And for some reason, he didn't have anybody in his jeepney. So I asked him, how much would it cost if I wanted a round trip ride from this point, your entire route back to this point? And he told me a price. I won't talk about the price because then it could be, well, that's a foreigner price. You shouldn't have been charged that much. I don't even care. This is something I wanted to do. And I didn't want to do this with an audience. So if that meant I was going to pay for this gentleman's time to help me get a dream come true, then so be it. And to me, it was a reasonable price. My husband didn't think so. I don't care. I don't care. It's not his jeepney dream. So anyway, somehow Ryan understood me completely and said, yeah, I'll give you a ride. He took down his sign, I jumped in, and off I went. Had no idea who this man is. Had zero fear about being with him by myself. Didn't even call my husband. So he knew I was in a jeepney with this random stranger. I had like zero fear. The greatest part about the whole experience was that when I said that, he knew as much English as I knew Tagalog. So whatever conversation we were going to have was going to be limited. I thought. The great thing about the experience was we talked the entire time. Like the entire time. I was on that jeepney, 20, 30 minutes? Because he would show me all these different places. I got like a tour, a private tour on his jeepney, and we talked the entire time. If I didn't know the Tagalog word, then, I would try to describe it, and then he would tell me what the word would be, and if he didn't know the English word, he would try to describe it, and then I would tell him the English word. We could talk. And that just made me feel really excited about, number one, taking a risk. I think this is the part that scares my husband the most, is because I'm willing to take a risk in certain things. But I loved that experience. It was maybe one of the greatest experiences of my life here so far. I've met some fabulous people. I mean, really lovely people. And I've always been told that, when you come to the Philippines, it's because of the people. I've always believed that. But, I mean, I guess that's why I have zero fear about anything that I do here. And I know that my husband would like me to have a little bit more fear as I'm wandering about. but I just don't, because I don't want to miss out on the types of experiences I had, like I did yesterday on the jeepney. And I am absolutely grateful for Ryan, the jeepney driver, which he doesn't know I have a YouTube channel. I'm just absolutely grateful for him taking down his sign and giving me a private tour and just offering me so much grace as I'm trying to understand what he's talking about and doing my best to speak in Tagalog. And he indicated to me he understood enough. So it was fun. Anyway, I have another lesson tomorrow. I've got homework tonight. And thanks for joining in. And I'll catch you later. Bye.